Hello, my name is Dumpster, and welcome to the dump.
Look, nothing in the sky at all. Then all of a sudden, bam, what is that? Anybody tell me what that is? We're in the middle of the ocean on a ferry. Nothing around. Look, nothing around. No land, no nothing.
I hate it when I'm in the sea and I see balls above my head.
Allegedly, the mummified remains of a leprechaun was found. It was allegedly found somewhere near Karangafuka, which is like this creepy, haunted, abandoned, square, ruined remains of a castle. And this place is definitely creepy and already really known for paranormal activity. But it's said that the remains were then sent to some horror movie prop person so that they could add on to it, which makes me suspicious about this in general. While I'm not fully convinced by that mummified body, I do think it's really interesting that European Habitats Directive in Ireland recognizes leprechauns as a protected species. So many people with so many different stories that I'm just they have to be seeing something at least. And a huge person that took place in preserving these was a guy by the name of Kevin Woods. He is known as the Leprechaun Whisperer. He believes that there are 236 still living leprechauns that live in the woods out in Ireland. They exist in a spiritual plane, so there's only certain people that actually have access to them, kind of like ghosts and mediums.
My job really is to make sure that they survive as a species.
He's local to this place that allegedly has verified leprechaun bones. His pub owner by the name of PJ O'Hare actually found them whenever he was out and about in the woods and he was hearing what sounded like a leprechaun. And now these bones are just there for people to look at the pub, I guess. And now annually there's this leprechaun hunt where people will actually search for golden coins in the hills over there. But another case that also stands out to me, there's this town that has these fairy mounds and Celtic structures that are said to be cursed if anyone messes with them. There's been so many warnings against just disturbing these sites because workers have actually come in and done stuff to the areas. Bad things have happened. And things that have happened to disturb these sites include one of the construction workers actually went to go remove a fairy ring, which if you guys don't know, it's a ring of mushrooms. The machinery malfunctioned. It wouldn't bulldoze over the mushrooms. Workers also reported seeing shadowy figures at the site and hearing voices. In the late 90s, another construction worker went over there because he was supposed to take down a hawthorn tree, which in some legends can be considered to be a fairy portal. I guess leprechauns fall under the fairy category. This man was a farmer, and within the year, all of his livestock apparently just passed. And shortly after, he even fell ill. In 2011, a team of archaeologists went out there to go excavate a digging site. Days into the dig, one of the workers became violently ill with no medical explanation. Another one of the members kept claiming he felt like he was being Eventually, this dig site was just abandoned. Obviously, these things can be coincidences, and then whenever you put them all together, it looks suspicious. The locals in this town really believe that this is a leprechaun fairy curse. Whether it's superstition or not, definitely weird. Sounds like you should just be leaving the rocks and the fairy forts alone out there. What do you guys think? Are leprechauns real, or is this just a superstition? I believe so badly, and I so want to believe that there was one in Mobile.
A pint of Guinness removes a leprechaun's curse, or makes it stronger. I can't remember which now.
The neighbors downstairs do some much more stable than
Hey yo, why you do little homie like that?
I want to talk about Project Sunstreak because I thought it was fake until I went on the CIA.gov and found it, and I was like, what am I looking at? On December 5th, 1988, this one man was to find the Ark of the Covenant, and what he saw was bone chilling. And I have the document right here, directly from .gov. This is what he said about the Ark of the Covenant. Target is in a container and is decorated with seraphims. Target is located somewhere in the Middle East, as the language spoken by individuals seem to be Arabic. The target is hidden underground. It has something to do with ceremony, memory, and the resurrection.
What?
There is an aspect of spirituality, lessons, and historical knowledge far beyond what we know. The target is protected by entities.
What?
This container cannot be opened until the time is deemed correct. Individuals opening the container by prying or striking are destroyed by the container's protectors through the use of a power unknown to us. That is a CIA document.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, dude. Entities?
It's protected by entities.
You're saying that this person acquired this knowledge through using one of those, like basically like beaming a visual?
Psychoenergetics is what it's called. Remote viewing, the ability to describe remote areas, ability to influence physical or biological systems via undefined physical mechanisms.
It's Stranger Things for real.
That's insane.
I hate that. But these were actual programs the CIA was running. It's not like
For years.
they learned about it and they're just putting it in there for archive purposes. Like, they were doing this. They were the ones running it.
The conspiracy is that the CIA went and apprehended the Ark of the Covenant.
That's a crazy story, dude.
This is fake news. Indiana Jones found the Ark of the Covenant.
The way that they do it, they can only put you into one of these kind of clones. It's called a Mark II REM driven clone. They can only put you into one of these clones when you're fully into REM sleep, which happens like after about an hour and a half after you fall asleep. You go into REM sleep. They just have a machine next to your clone that's on a rack, and it's laying there like a body, breathing real shallow and stuff, and it's got a feeding tube down the throat, and when a light comes on a machine next to your clone, it says this light says that you're in REM sleep, full on REM sleep, and they can activate you then. If they activate you before that, you'll be all disoriented and you go psycho and stuff. But yeah. So they go over, just like a TV remote control looking thing, look over and they point at him and press a button. Usually they have one designated to just that person, tuned in on just them. And then the person just goes, looks around, and like me, I say, I'm in this place again. But some of them are so used to it, and some of them like going there and hanging around there. They're so used to it, they pull this transparent tube right out of their mouth, and they hop off the bunk, and they're like, so, what are we doing tonight?
Oh, shit.
I'm reporting it right now. Catherine, stop it! Hold on. What is that?
UFOs. I've never seen that.
Justin, what the f is that?
I
swear to God. They're disappearing.
Oh my God, they're coming to invade our planet.
Guys, that's not okay.
Mom,
that's seriously
that
freaky.
That's
Hush.
What do we do? And it keeps coming and coming.
Oh my God.
That is astonishing, but also explicably terrifying.
The cult of the Black Cube, better known as the Saturn Death Cult. The global elite worships the dark side of the planet Saturn and uses occult symbols in modern institutions, and it's been going on since creation. Basically started with the fallen angels, and it all revolves around the god Saturn. But this god Saturn is also the god Baal, the god Molech.
Oh gosh.
And is prevalent in basically every ancient and modern satanic.
Saturn is Satan.
They think it translates from, say, the astrology Capricorn, which is the primary thing, and that is Saturn, which is a goat. The black cube, I'm like, where's the black cube come into this? There's like this dark spot on the top of Saturn that is the shape of a hexagon. And if you take the hexagon and you make it a three-dimensional, it makes a cube. What was crazy is that if you go to basically any major financial district, they all have a monument of a black cube.
No way.
They believe that worship of it is that they're able to tap into this realm or this deity to be able to enslave the masses.
Splinter burnt the pizzas again.
One family claims they followed a drone in their car, and while it hovered above them, the clock in their car changed times.
Some of the FBI agents that have been assigned to look into this have reported drones flying over their home.
It's right here over Picatinny. There was a drone just hanging out. I put my drone up in the air and went towards it. I had full battery life. Not 3 minutes into the flight, I lost control of the drone. Warning on my screen, lost control, and my drone started going down dead.
These are fully charged batteries. It's 2 batteries that have died within seconds, and the drone went up and, like a couple feet off the table, and then came right back out.
Okay, you see it? You see how it goes? See how it goes?
and then it becomes a spacecraft or aircraft or whatever you want to call it.
What the is that, bro? Did it just get smaller? Bro, what?
Above the ocean, and it was low, very low, but so bright and so clear, and it was huge. Like when you...
I'm concerned. I issued a letter to ask for more information, and I think there should be a lot more transparency about that.
It may not make more sense. Because I think people in New York and New Jersey see drones the size of an SUV over their house every night and think that that doesn't make any sense.
Sure, I understand why people would be looking at this and being concerned about it. We're concerned about it too, which is why we have the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI. My goodness, looking at this, and we're taking it seriously.
Me be in government, me be a goofy.
Any reasons why it's hard to trust the government? Somebody ran the moon landing photos through AI.
Most intelligent computer in the world, called Google's neural network. And it has a deep fake detector program that's never been wrong. You can feed it a video of Biden or Trump, it'll tell you in 1 second whether it's real or not. They fed it pictures of the surface of the moon from the unmanned Chinese probes from 2014. Said they're real. Every Apollo picture it said was fake. It had a fake backdrop. It was taken in a television studio. That's the most intelligent computer in the world that can understand the pixels. One of them, it suggested that this wasn't even a full-size lunar module, that it was a miniature. And that's how they were able to do wide landscapes, because one of the astronauts' figures, the AI said, was a miniature because the footsteps, shadows, weren't normal the way a person would walk, that they were stamped in there with a fake footprint.
So you can believe the government when they tell us that they lied to us.
I like that. Believe in the lie, because the lie is the truth.
Yeah. When the liars tell you that they're lying, then you can believe it.
What do suckers do?
Suckers suck.
I am sorry to inform you, but the AI is fake news. The people have been double bluffed.
Nothing to see right here. Nothing at all. A plane just spontaneously combusted today in Denver, Colorado, at the Denver airport.
Like that. Oh, what happened?
It's on fire. And this did just happen to be coincidentally not related. It just happened to be a Boeing plane. Again, not really at all, just giving you the manufacturer of the plane. And also completely unrelated 1000%. Did you know that a plane fell out of the sky in Texas earlier today? Yeah, the same Texas that had green fire and explosions happening underground yesterday. I really do wondering what could be happening to all planes in the air in 2025. This picture is purely for entertainment to get your attention. So what do y'all think about this? Do you intend on flying anywhere in 2025? I know it's been literally months, but I am sure that at some point soon you'll get it figured out, right?
Something is strange about this. It's plain to see.
This is the secret to remembering everything. What? You can remember literally everything. Now, what do you mean by that? What's one piece of content that after you've seen it, you just remember the rest of your life? I'll give you the answer. Something cursed? I don't know. Close. What? It's something super scary. Okay, yeah. Something scary and something that spikes your adrenaline. Now check this out. So, there's a theory that adrenaline spikes in our body make us remember things so vividly. Now check this out. Okay. Any single time you felt embarrassed, any single time you felt like you're in danger, how well do you remember that moment? That's why they come super well, right? Yeah. Now in the Middle Ages, bro, take this in. After teaching kids in the Middle Ages, the elders would throw kids into a freezing river to spike their adrenaline. So they found out that spiking their adrenaline will make them remember and retain all of the information in their head. What? So throwing kids in lakes after teaching them shit. Theory, let's say you're studying for an exam, whatever it may be, right? You study, try to make yourself super anxious, make yourself feel like, oh, I'm gonna die, right? Yeah. You're gonna remember that shit, bro.
Yet, dumb, that is basic survival instincts.
Es como que a veces se ve más, es como que van de un lado para el otro, boludo. Amigo, están muy cerca, son ovnis seguros. Están muy cerca, claro. Ovni asegurado. ¿Por qué, mano? No, van a 2 por hora, culiado, nos están filmando, boludo.
Somebody got a lot of drones for Christmas. Thanks for watching Stupid Moronic Humans.